Okay, so one of the things I want to make sure that I announce, Noble Productions and Marketing and Central Coast Now Television has been here for over 7 years. And I can honestly say that we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my clients, of course. There's a lot of you out there.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And our viewers, of course. But,
thank you, too.
I want to take the time and at least acknowledge those that have been with me since the beginning, and more importantly, that believed in Noble and the vision in the beginning, because not many people actually did. And that would be Anthony's Jewelers, so Angie and Raz.
Thank
hello.
you.
Thanks, you guys have been awesome. And they're still a client, of course, and then of Anthony's Jewelers. And then
we love jewelry.
Yes, we do. I'm wearing their rings, blam, and Santa Barbara Family Dentistry. Dr. Gonzalez, you know, believe it or not, I mean, the channel is completely different now, but back then I did have Santa Barbara Family Dentistry had their own 30-minute TV show on my channel, and you had to watch teeth and all of that, but it was very educational, and he got great response, but they were big supporters of me from the beginning and Noble, so
we appreciate you through the long haul.
Absolutely. And then I have to talk about one of my longest running TV shows and one of the organizations that just have hands down been the best ever to work with, and that would be Old Town Orchid, right? And Mo, she's part of Old Town Orchid.
Old Town Orchid is very near and dear to my heart personally, not only being a resident of Orchid, but also being employed in Old Town Orchid. It's such an amazing community, and I love that all the businesses pull together and work together, and that we have our UMA, our Old Orchid Merchant Association, that's been created out of all of this, and how vastly Old Town Orchid has grown.
Absolutely.
There are so many new businesses, and I'd like to think that we might have had a little part in that.
Just a little bit, we like to think. But I'm going to go ahead and name some of the businesses off that have been working with me, still are. And again, I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. I want you to know, more importantly, that as we continue to grow and I get very busy, it doesn't mean I ever forget about you, because I'm very thankful, and I just need you to all know that. But Sheila of Inspirations, you've been awesome to work with, and you're even more fun to have wine with.
Oh, and vacation with.
And vacation with.
Thanks, Sheila.
And then we have Mark of Old Town Market, and he was the president back when we started all this. He was the one that brought me in. He believed in the whole idea and whole concept, and thank you so much, Mark, for allowing us to do that and continuing with us. And he was the president of Old Town Orchid Merchants Association at the time. And of course, with Mark comes Wendy Steller, who has spun off into Deja Vu Antiques at the loading dock there in Orchid, and she has done a phenomenal job with that place. I mean, it's amazing. If you haven't been in there, you really need to get in there.
And a phenomenal job marketing antiques on television with our channel.
Yes, and she does a great job, and she's been with us for some time. Totally believes in everything that we do. Then we also have Tim Rooney, Jake Rooney, Ashlyn, all the Rooneys. They've been great to work with also, and if you haven't, I mean, you had to have heard of Rooney's, you had to have been in Rooney's by now. If you haven't, then you need to get there ASAP. And their St. Patrick's Day, we are at every year.
That is the spot to be on St. Patrick's Day, and the spot to be every morning for breakfast is none other than Kay's.
Kay's Country Kitchen. Whoop, whoop.
We love all you people at Kay's.
Breakfast is phenomenal, hands down. We highly recommend it. And their lunch. The whole staff is great. They're like family there.
Really, and it is very family oriented. All of Old Town Orchid seems family oriented.
And it's just they're just so supportive of each other. I guess the big takeaway for me, and I work with a lot of different organizations and chambers and whatnot, and for Old Town Orchid, it's just the relationships they have. They don't look at each other as competitors. You know, they realize that if they're promoting any one business, that they're promoting the whole area. And I think that's kind of the difference with Old Town Orchid and what they do. And they're always figuring out new ways of doing things and promoting and marketing Old Town Orchid, and people are loving it. I mean, they're doing First Fridays now. For the holidays, they do all of these different walks.
We have a parade for Christmas time.
We do the parade every
Santa
year.
And a lot of the merchants coming through with their own floats and support also.
We have two car shows there a year, the Model A, which just passed. They have Ben Axel out there.
Coming up this weekend is the Chalk Festival.
Oh, the Chalk Festival.
And that's a real fun event. And that helps sponsor all the art organizations throughout Orchid for all of our youth. So come on out. You'll have a great time for that.
There's a few great tasting rooms there. There's Caldel Gravino. They've worked with us in the past. You've got Core Winery. You've got Clarissa over there at Sinagi. That's also really good. Now you have
We have our own brewing company out
Naughty,
there too.
yep, Naughty Oak is now out there, the brewing company. So we have, of course, Uliveto in the house.
Hi, Ulivetto's, and if you like pizza, there's none other than a brand new stop called Bellaforno also
And you
right
also
now.
have Patricio's there. It's been there a while.
Yes, and they're
then
all revamped right now
What is it?
too.
The Mexican Cafe there
The
at
Old Town
Market.
Mexican Cafe,
You've got
always a
the
staple.
sushi spot.
Oh, my Naya, I love
Yes,
Naya.
Naya. So there's a lot of great places there you can visit. I'm sure we missed something, and if we did, I'm so sorry. But again, I just want to thank Old Town Orchid from the bottom of my heart for all the support that they put into believing in Noble Productions and Central Coast Now Television, and sharing that with their neighbors, their family, their friends, and viewers, of course. So with that said, we're going to close out, and
Thank you much from the bottom of our
go
hearts.
visit Orchid. Go visit Old Town Orchid.